Wait a second, you thought Thanos was done for good, right? Well, think again. In the upcoming Squid Game Season 3, we might just be in for the most unexpected twist ever. It's a theory that's been blowing up online, and if you haven't heard it yet, buckle up. You won't believe where it's going. From the creator of Squid Game, Hwang Dong-hyuk gives us huge hints that Season 3 will break the boundaries of reality, to some mind-bending fan theories that suggest Thanos could be making a shocking return. There's a lot to unpack here, but how could the future of Squid Game possibly depend on a character like Thanos, who's obsessed with nothing but himself? Well, the clues are there, and in this video, we'll dive into all of them, explaining exactly why Thanos could be more involved in Squid Game than you think. Stick around, because we'll be breaking down everything from Thanos' potential psychological return to the ripple effect of his influence on the game, and even a theory that could be wilder than you could ever possibly think. Thanos' death. Is it really over? Sure, Thanos was stabbed by Myung-gi in a bloody, shocking moment that left his body lifeless. But what if he had a plan? What if his death was a calculated move? In a game like Squid Game, where the rules bend and twist in every direction, why would a master manipulator like Thanos go down so easily? Even in his final moments, Thanos had the opportunity to escape physically, but we never saw any hints of him having made peace with death. His final words weren't about giving up, they were about leaving a legacy. Could that legacy be alive in the game? Pulsing through the players, the organizers, or even the very structure of the Squid Game itself? What if Thanos' death was just a way to trick everyone into thinking he was out of the picture? He might not have needed his physical body to continue wreaking havoc. Instead, he could have planted a seed deep in the game, waiting to grow and spread across Season 3. Consider this: Thanos' obsession with balance and control could mean he's been laying low, biding his time. In Squid Game, power and manipulation are constant themes. Instead of his death ending his plans, it could have opened the door to something even more dangerous. Maybe he's been influencing the game from behind the scenes, even without his physical form. So, here's the big question. Could Thanos have faked his death, or used it as a way to step away from the spotlight? If anyone in Squid Game could pull off something like that, it's him. The creator's clue. You didn't think we'd leave out the creator's clues, did you? Hwang Dong-hyuk, the mastermind behind Squid Game, has also been known to sprinkle little hints in interviews. In a recent interview, Dong-hyuk mentioned that Season 3 would be unexpected and would explore concepts no one saw coming. He even teased that Squid Game could break the boundaries of reality. The implications of that are huge. Could Thanos' return be part of that unexpected shift? Is the game about to transcend its own rules, bringing in elements which we never thought might become a norm? Could Dong-hyuk be planting the seeds for Thanos' return as part of his grand narrative twist? It's not as crazy as it sounds. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. The mind-altering theory: Thanos as a psychological force. Now, here's where things get really wild. Thanos may not need to come back physically. He could return as a psychological force. Remember that strange, mysterious pill Thanos gave to Nam-gyu before his death? Ever wondered what it really did? The theory goes like this: what if that pill wasn't just a random piece of the plot? What if it was actually a catalyst for Thanos' presence in the game? Not as a ghost, but as a psychological tormentor. Imagine this: after Thanos' apparent death, Nam-gyu, already on the edge from the intense pressure of the game, swallows the pill and starts experiencing vivid hallucinations of none other than Thanos himself. In these hallucinations, Thanos doesn't just haunt Nam-gyu, he controls him. Every decision, every move could be influenced by the power of Thanos' twisted philosophy, subtly forcing him to play the game in a way that benefits the villain's hidden agenda. What if Thanos' mind-altering influence slowly drives Nam-gyu mad, leading him to act in erratic ways that disrupt the entire game? Could this psychological chaos be the true essence of Thanos' return? But it doesn't stop with Nam-gyu. Imagine that Thanos' influence spreads to the other players, slowly at first, like a virus infecting the game. The longer they stay in the game, the more they begin to doubt their own decisions, their friendships, and their sanity. Thanos' presence becomes a driving force in Squid Game Season 3. creating a surreal atmosphere where players lose grip on what's real and what's just manipulation. What if this mind control isn't limited to just one player? We could see multiple characters begin to question reality itself. Thanos might be using Squid Game as his laboratory, experimenting on the players like lab rats, breaking their wills and pushing them to make catastrophic mistakes. He would thrive on the chaos his influence causes. This wouldn't be about winning the game. It would be about watching the participants destroy themselves, slowly unraveling the fabric of the game itself. If this theory holds weight, Thanos' presence wouldn't just be a mind trick, it would be the driving force behind the chaos of Squid Game Season 3. The players, already walking a razor-thin line between sanity and madness, could begin to see their own mental states deteriorating. The game would no longer be just a test of physical strength and wit, it would become a battle of wills, with Thanos' presence looming like a dark cloud, influencing everyone from within. What do you guys have to say about this? What will happen if something like this was to ever take place? Let us know in the comments below. The ripple effect. Chaos beyond Thanos. Alright, now let's imagine this. Namgyo's mind is starting to break. He's seeing Thanos everywhere. He hears his voice, feels his presence, and begins acting on those twisted impulses. As the psychological strain increases, Namgyo's actions become more erratic, and that's when things get really interesting. The ripple effect of this psychological warfare would be insane. Other players, sensing the shift, would start questioning everything and everyone. Could Thanos' mind games go so far that the whole Squid Game becomes a war of paranoia? Picture this. Players who were once calm, cool, and collected, now spiraling into madness. They start to doubt their alliances, betray friends they've made, and make decisions based on hallucinations of Thanos in their heads. What if more players start hearing Thanos' voice too? The game becomes less about surviving physical challenges and more about surviving the psychological warfare that's being waged on their minds. They start making decisions that don't just put them at odds with each other, but also with themselves. The very foundation of the game is crumbling, and it's all because of Thanos' lingering influence. This would create a dangerous environment. As players turn against each other, alliances break down, and betrayals run rampant. The psychological chaos could be the ultimate test. In Squid Game, it's not just physical endurance that gets you through. It's the mental strength to push forward. And what if Thanos is the ultimate test of that? As players become pawns in his mind games, their survival instincts would be pushed to their limits, breaking the already fragile mental state of each participant. Now here's where it gets really interesting. What if the Squid Game itself is changing because of this chaos? If Thanos is subtly manipulating the players, could he also be influencing the rules? What if the game is evolving based on the mental breakdowns of the players? New twists, new dangers, new challenges, all designed to break them mentally and push them further toward madness. Thanos, the grand manipulator, could be shifting the game itself to reflect his own chaotic worldview. What if the game transforms into an even darker version, with players trapped in a psychological maze that is impossible to escape from? Could this be the true horror of Squid Game Season 3? Players not only face physical challenges, but must also fight the psychological terror of Thanos. The whole game might be a trap that's designed to break every player's mind. That's a level of intensity Squid Game has never explored, and Thanos could be the catalyst for it all. This dark reality would really blow everyone's minds. Let us know what your thoughts are about this in the comments below. Does Thanos really have a part to play in Squid Game Season 3? The more we break it down, the more it seems possible. Whether it's through his psychological manipulation, his lingering influence on the game, or even a more direct crossover with the Marvel Universe, Thanos' shadow could loom over the game in ways we would never expect. For now, the theory remains just that, a theory. But Squid Game has shown time and time again that nothing is off the table. If anyone can make a villain like Thanos work in this twisted universe, it's the Squid Game creators. So, will Thanos return to Squid Game Season 3? Keep watching and keep your mind open, because this theory might just be a glimpse into the future of the game. And trust me, it's going to be wild. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. You won't want to miss what we've got coming next.